Hold on, before you spend your golden companion spirit in version 4.2, you might want to hear this first. Because if the current rumors are true, two of the strongest supports in Honkai Star Rail could appear in the exchange shop, Huohuo and Robin. But here's the problem, you might only be able to pick one. So in this video we are going to break down exactly what both characters do, how valuable they are in the current meta, and most importantly, which one should you actually choose for your account. Alright, let's get into it. We are going to revisit the rumor that Huohuo and Robin might appear in the exchange shop during version 4.2. Some of you might be wondering, what if I already spent my item? Don't worry, there is another rumor suggesting that Huohuo might give players one free golden companion spirit during version 4.2. While this has not been confirmed yet, the speculation around it has been very strong. So even if you currently don't have any golden companion spirit left, or if you are a new player, you may still have the opportunity to obtain one of these characters. Now that we have talked about the rumor itself, let's discuss the characters so you can decide which one might be the best choice for your account. Let's start with Huohuo. As many of you already know, Huohuo is a Wind Abundance character whose main role is a healer. But don't underestimate her just because she is a sustain unit. Her value to the team goes far beyond simple healing. Huohuo is essentially a 3-in-1 support unit. She acts as a healer, energy battery, and a cleanser all at the same time. One of her key abilities is a skill called Talisman Protection. When activated, it heals a main target and also provides additional healing to nearby allies. On top of that, it removes one debuff from the primary target, but the skill becomes even stronger when combined with her talent. After using it, Huohuo gains a buff that lasts for 2 turns. During this period, whenever an ally takes their turn or uses their ultimate, they receive automatic healing and additional cleansing effects. This makes the team much harder to take down. The amount of passive healing Huohuo provides over time is extremely impressive. What stands out even more though is the constant cleansing she offers. Many enemies rely on annoying crowd control that can completely halt your team, but there are also more subtle threats like damage over time or defense reduction debuffs. These can be just as dangerous, especially in endgame content, and most other abundance characters often struggle to remove them quickly enough. Her ultimate is another major highlight. When used, it restores energy to all allies equal to 20% of their maximum energy and also grants a 40% attack increase for 2 turns. This effect is especially valuable for the characters with high energy costs, such as Aglia, Yunli, and many others. In fact, Huohuo is rumored to be the perfect sustain in most of the new Elation team composition in the future. For Super Wolf, though, she does not need energy recovery since she is going to use Punchline for her ultimate, but her team members actually still need it. For example, Sparksy can still gain the benefit since she will generate some extra Punchline in her ultimate, thanks to one of her passive. In Eva team, Huohuo also appreciates any kind of energy regen, since her ultimate kind of crucial. Not only give the all-time rest span for the whole team, but she can also give Aha immediate turn. So it's very crucial if your team later on will already consist of at least 3 Elation characters, as they will frequently unleash their Elation skill all at once. That's one of the reasons why Huohuo continues to be a relevant sustain option even today, since her kit provides a combination of utilities that very few characters can replicate. There are a couple of important details about this ultimate. The energy restoration is a nice bonus, but in many cases it does not make a huge difference. Restoring 20% of a character's maximum energy usually only amounts to about the same energy you would gain from one additional skill or basic attack. Because of that, most DPS characters won't see a major change in how quickly they reach their ultimates. However, the effect can still be quite valuable for support characters. Another thing to keep in mind is the cost of this ultimate. It requires 140 energy, which means it won't be available every often. Because her ultimate has such a high energy cost, Huohuo is not quite as simple to use as most other healers if you want to get the most value out of the buffs it provides. Timing her ultimate consistently requires paying attention to several factors. For example, having faster teammates helps trigger Huohuo's talent more often, which improves her energy gain. It also helps if Huohuo occasionally takes hit herself, since that can generate additional energy as well. On top of that, choosing the right light cones and using energy regen rope can make a big difference, making it much easier to manage her energy and maximize her overall performance. So the question is Huohuo still worth picking? Honestly, yes, very much so. Huohuo fits extremely well into many different team archetypes, both current meta teams and potentially future ones. For example, she works well in dot teams with Kafka, Black Swan, and High Silence. hyper carry setups for characters like Aglia, and even the upcoming Silver Wolf hyper carry teams expected in version 4.2, even if she might not be the absolute best in slot option. And if you already own Huohuo, her E1 is also quite valuable. It increases the duration of her skill's effect to 3 turns and grants additional 12% speed buff, which can be extremely useful for speed scaling characters. Moreover, she is going to get buffed soon, so all the weakness that we might found in her now could be fixed to make her a better sustain. If you don't have Huohuo, you must absolutely pick her first, then Robin comes second. If you are wondering why, let's talk about Robin next. Robin is extremely powerful harmony support. She offers strong team-wide buffs while maintaining good skill point efficiency, and she also adds a considerable amount of personal damage through her ultimate. One of her most valuable abilities is advancing the actions of her teammates, something especially unique because she can push forward the entire team at once, except for herself. The damage she contributes through this mechanic cannot be stopped by enemy crowd control, and its effectiveness scales with how often the team attacks. Because of this, her impact becomes even greater in teams that rely heavily on follow-up attacks. Robin's skill provides a team-wide damage boost up to 50% for 3 of her turns, making it efficient since it applies to the entire team at once. Her talent permanently increases the party's crit damage by up to 20% and grants Robin extra energy whenever allies attack, helping her charge her ultimate faster. Her ultimate is the highlight of her kit, instantly advancing all teammates' actions by 100% and placing Robin into the concerto state. During this state, she significantly boosts the team's attack while a countdown tracks its duration. Robin's speed becomes fixed at 90, and she cannot be affected by action manipulation, crowd control, or speed changes until the state ends. While in Concerto, Robin deals additional physical damage every time an ally attacks, scaling up to 120% of her attack with a guaranteed critical hits. This turns her into a support that contributes a significant amount of personal damage alongside her buffs. Her extra damage triggers from any attack, including ultimates and follow-ups, making her especially strong in follow-up focused teams. The fixed low speed during Concerto actually benefits the team by giving allies more chances to trigger her damage, while her skill's duration lasting through her turns makes her very skill point efficient and allows her to keep generating energy even during the state. When it comes to team building, Robin is extremely versatile. To be clear, she is not limited to follow-up focused teams. In fact, she performs competitively in most compositions, even rivaling Run Mei in many setups that are not centered around break mechanics. That said, follow-up teams tend to benefit the most from her kit. Characters like Fei Xiao, Dr. Ratio, Topaz, Aventurine, and even Asheville frequently trigger follow-up attacks, which not only activate Robin's additional damage, but also helps her recover energy. On top of that, these teams take full advantage of the extra crit damage bonus applied specifically to follow-up attacks, allowing them to gain a massive total crit damage boost from Robin's presence alone. Huohuo is another strong sustain option to run alongside Robin, especially for players who don't have Aventurine. Her ultimate restores a percentage of energy to all teammates, which is particularly valuable for Robin since her ultimate costs 160 energy. Because of that, a single Huohuo ultimate can return a large amount of energy to Robin. On top of that, the attack buff Huohuo provides also helps increase the damage Robin deals while she is in her Concerto state. She is a great unit, but since she is tied to a follow-up attack archetype and this kind of composition is started to lose their relevancy as more update comes, I think this is where all of Robin's greatness started to fade. It's quite hard to resurface this archetype back to the meta, not when Asheville, who is known to be a follow-up attack DPS, is currently battling against his doomed fate himself. And what about her E1? Should we get it even if you already have Robin in the beginning? The answer is yes. The 25% all-type res spend for the whole team is above that will be greatly appreciated by the team, and it will increase the team's damage output significantly. But if you ask me, here is the recommendation and the order. First, you pick Huohuo if you don't have her. She is going to be a great investment in your account. It's proven from the reliable leaker that she is the best sustain for the upcoming 2 Elation compositions. And moreover, she is the first sustain that is going to have a Nova Flare. So most likely her drawbacks now are going to be eliminated in making her the strongest healer, possibly. And the second one, if you already have Huohuo together with Robin, then it is okay to pick E1 Robin. The all-type res spend is something that could make Robin more valuable in this meta. But if you don't have Robin, I'm afraid you don't want to exchange the token right away, since follow-up attack archetype is not really looking good right now, so probably you will want to keep it. So that's all from this news flash / who to pick content between Huohuo and Robin. So far, what do you guys think about the Huohuo Nova Flare? Is it fair to give her the buff, or Luocha is the sustain that need it the most? And who will you pick between these two girls? Share your thoughts in the comments. If you enjoyed this, please hit the like and subscribe button, turn on notification as well so you won't missing out on any of my Star Rail content. I will see you guys on my next one. Bye bye!